Question mark. But no, this is real life. And David isn't leaving. He sits down at the table, just watching me. Sophie turns to me and says, "So, David and I have a history. We were together for 6 years. But it was really toxic. Like, he used to bring his pet iguana to our dates. And I couldn't handle it. He just wasn't the one. But he's still really protective." And David just nods like he agrees. "Yeah, I'm protective. I care about Sophie. I'm just making sure she's not making any bad choices this time." "You're cool, but I've got to see how things go." I'm sitting there, in utter disbelief, while David slowly pulls out a binder from his backpack. He opens it and starts flipping through pages. Like, it's not a notebook, it's an actual binder, full of notes on Sophie's dating history. There are spreadsheets. I'm not kidding. He's got a dating history tracker for Sophie, with charts. Now, here's the kicker. Sophie just nods like it's totally normal. She's like, "Yeah, David likes to keep track of all my exes. He's a bit obsessive, but it's sweet, really." And then David, with a completely straight face, points to a page in his binder and says, "I've rated every guy she's dated from 1 to 10. You're a solid 7. I'm giving you time, but I'll need to see how this plays out." Now, my brain is officially fried. I look at Sophie, who's smiling sweetly, as if this entire situation is completely normal. So, I take a deep breath and do the only logical thing I can think of. I excuse myself to go to the bathroom. And I don't come back. I text Sophie, saying, "Hey, I don't think this is going to work out." She responds with a very calm, "Okay, no worries. David and I will just keep an eye on things." I walked out of that bar, into the night, wondering how in the world I ended up in the most absurd date scenario of my life. Drive. Went on a second date. And ended up sitting through a date with not just Sophie but also her obsessive ex-boyfriend who kept a binder of all her past relationships and rated them. David gave me a 7/10. Left in the middle of the date because, honestly, I couldn't do this anymore. P.S. I'm still trying to figure out if this was some weird social experiment or if I just stumbled into a real-life episode of The Twilight Zone.